Welcome to Afya Fix. Thank you for always finding time to be with us, and we are always delighted to have you. My name is Gladys Ombongi, your host from Lisha Leo, a consultant nutritionist. I'm so glad to have Mr. James Omoyo join us. James has had an experience with heart disease and stroke, particularly in his family, and is here with us today to just unpack and share what they went through. Thank you so much, James, for coming. James also is a student of epidemiology. You know, heart disease is one of those diseases that just creep in and you never get to know when they came, the numbers, and so on and so forth. And that's why we were so happy when he made time to be with us. James, please tell us a little bit about your grandma. How did it all begin? And yes, the story.
Yeah, that was 2017, around March. She suffered stroke in March, and then it became serious. She went to hospital, and she had another stroke, and that meant that she had to be taken seriously. She was referred to Kisi level 6, then she was referred to Nairobi.
How old was your grandma at that
She
time?
was 78 years old. Yeah. So right now she's 83, almost turning 84.
So 70, you said 78 years
78,
old?
almost turning.
Almost turning 79
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
Tell us about your grandma's lifestyle. Was your grandpa always there, or is he there? How was her socio-economic lifestyle?
My grandpa is not there. I'm actually named after him, so
Okay.
I was born immediately after him. Yeah. So she used to stay alone, but there were cousins. There is an uncle, there is an aunt that stays at home with her. So she has people, yes, but we usually go and visit her during the leaves, especially August or April, sometimes December. Yeah. So she has people around her.
And did the stroke just happen? Were there any issues that were happening around that time that you know of?
I did visit her in December of 2016, and I did take her to hospital. She was sick. I don't remember exactly what it was, but when she was at hospital, it was picked up that she has hypertension, and so she was supposed to manage hypertension as well.
So this was unknown. This is new.
Yeah, so it was unknown that she had hypertension, but it was not that serious. It was just hypertension class 1. It wasn't that serious by then. So I remember she was supposed to be handled, but nothing was done over hypertension by then. Yeah. So as we go into 2017, she was okay. Then there was a time when she was hit by a cow. She was at home. That happened a few days before she had stroke. And I remember when I had it a week later. So I think it was not well communicated to us that she had been hit. And I thought, or I think up to now, that she must have had stress because she felt alienated, people are not taking care of her. And so that's how it happened. Later on, she just developed stroke. Out of nowhere, she was healthy. She was always active and okay. And yeah, the next time I was sitting for a cut that time. Then I was called and I was told that grandma's been brought to Nairobi and that she's seriously sick. You need to see her. So it was Friday. So yeah, I did do my cut. And when I went to see her, I could not even talk to her. It was serious.
It was serious.
Yeah.
Did she get a head injury when she fell? Do you know of any injury that she may have had when she had that accident?
Apparently, she didn't pick any injury, which was significant. Yeah, there were pains, but she never picked an injury.
So she was just treated locally and that was it?
Yeah, but she did visit the hospital. Yeah. Yeah.
And then now she has a stroke. She's in Nairobi. She was admitted. Take us to that time.
So that was around April of 2017. First of all, she was not admitted to one hospital in Nairobi. She was taken to Magadi, then to Kenyatta, again to St. Mary's. So yeah, she did move again to Kenyatta. So she was not at one place. And when she came, yeah, she could not talk, and she could not know where she is. And when she will try to speak, she will only mention the names of the dead. So people are worried. People are thinking she's going.
She's dying. Yeah,
she's
going. When you're calling those who've gone.
Yeah. She could not even tell everybody apart from me. I was lucky. When I went to visit her, she did recognize me, but she could not recognize even my dad. It was so weird. And she usually spoke to my dad daily. My dad calls him daily. So her daily. So yeah, but with time she did recover.
She did recover.
Yeah.
What? How was it socially? I'm just thinking of the support, your uncles, your aunties, your dad, in terms of managing socially and even economically with her bills. Because I can imagine, was she in hospital for long also?
Yeah, she was in hospital for long. The entire of April she was in hospital. Part of May she was in hospital. Some part of June she was in hospital. When she went for checkup, they found her BP to be so high.
So this is about 3 months of being in hospital.
So she went to hospital again. And that's the last time she was ever hospitalized. So it was a very big issue to the family because it was clearly out of pocket. She's old, she's not insured.
She's not insurable. Yeah, that can be quite something for families.
Yeah, so we had to see means on how to raise the bills and get her well. So the family was determined, but and God helped us. She got well also, and yeah, we managed to get out of the hospital and also to do the tertiary care, the physiotherapy for some time. Yeah, the therapist came. It was good.
So when she got this stroke, did she get paralyzed?
Yeah, she did get paralyzed. Her entire left side.
Her entire left side
Was paralyzed. She could not speak for so long. And also, she suffered from dementia. She could not remember people even as late as August of 2017. She could not still tell many people. People will come and then you'll have to explain themselves and who you are.
So she can recollect.
And you'll tell, najua somebody, and she will say, ajui mtu. So it was that interesting. When we used to go home, we used to make fun of her that will not speak to her in Kikisi, so we'll teach her some Kiswahili words. So during that time, it was so hard because all those Kiswahili words are not there. So we had to speak to her in Kisi. Yeah.
So she recollected. This is 2017. About 6 months later, recovered and went home. So what are some of the strategies that you did to just manage? Because now I'm imagining she's paralyzed. She needs to be taken care of socially and emotionally. Your uncles, you as the grandchildren are all engaged. How was it like moving from maybe one home to another? I don't know.
First of all, when she was in Nairobi, she did not stay in our place alone.
Okay.
Yeah, she had to be... she was given that exposure, go and stay with so-and-so, go and stay with so-and-so, which was...
So they was moving.
Yeah, which was good because also the caregiving task is so heavy because if you leave it to one family, it isn't that good. So they organized. She was also with her brother. Her brother is here in Nairobi. So she used to stay with them for some time because now they are old and they are old
people's language.
So she was more comfortable even with them than with her family.
I know.
Yeah, but it was great. So one of the things that happened during that time was, she was exposed to different interventions within these homes that were quite interesting. Like in our home, we were more focused on diet, what she will eat and what she will do for the first time. So we were not really much into her being so active at first because she could not even stand up. Remember, she was bedridden. She had to be taken to the washroom and all that. It was so heavy and so so for the first time with us, our intervention was purely diet. And also there's a friend who came to visit us and he had Himalayan salt, and he gave us Himalayan salt so that we can be using it for as salt. Initially, there was no use of salt to her food, so
So you were giving her food with no salt?
yes. So that was
advice from hospital, or just
we were told to
your
cut.
own
We were
ideas?
told to cut salt. So yeah, there was no salt. Yeah.
Okay, so she's in your home. At least there she received some nutrition intervention, which you were able to put something
Yeah.
to try and change.
Yeah.
Some modification, something different that she didn't know before and she was not doing. And what
So-
about the other homes?
So yeah, majorly what we did in our home is we did just cut milk and meat from her diet, because that's what additionally she takes at home. She takes the healthy veggies at home because she's a farmer. She does all things by her own, so she has been eating well, and she has always been very healthy. Rarely have I seen her sick. Actually, I've never had my grandma hospitalized until that stroke happened. And again, I've never had again. Instances of her being hospitalized have been common. So she has lived entirely a very healthy life. So at our home, we did that. Also, we tried to bring in garlic, turmeric to our food.
Which are good anti-inflammatory foods.
Yeah, and ginger, some little of it. So yeah, our food had those spices that would also help to bring down our blood pressure. So when she moved to my grandpa's home, so there they started working out. They never wanted her to just sit down, because they wanted her to go out. And so when she went out, she went to the other side. Yeah, she started being active. She would be waking up at 5.
In the morning?
Yeah, they wake up at
really?
5.
That was so early for her.
They wake
But
up at
is that
5.
what she was used to before?
No, she was not used to waking up at 5.
So early.
Yeah, it was so early, so she would do mazoezi kidogo. They'll work out in the morning, simply stretching. Yeah, because the left hand is really a problem. I know she would not really want to be touched there.
Yes.
And this other side. So she will try. Then they will sit, and you'll go out and bask on the sun sometime. Then she will come back, and then they will story, and they will have great time. You know, at least now they have people of their level. People understand their issues. So she had a very great time there. Actually, when I was graduating, she was there. Yeah, she used to come to our place for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Again, she goes back again. She can stay there for a month. Then she comes to our place for another 1 week or 3 weeks. So she loved that place.
So she wakes up at 5. I just want to understand that a little bit. She wakes up at 5, goes through some routine.
So yeah, at the other place, she
Yes.
used to wake up at that early and goes through that routine. Yeah, but at our
Eat
place,
something, go out in the sun.
Yeah.
So there was some kind of a structure that was introduced to her life.
yeah, yeah, she was more outdoors at the other side compared to
Your home.
to her home. That's one, and she was more active at the other side compared to her home. But when she came back, we did do her the worst punishment on earth, I can say.
Really?
We stay on a flat which is 3 floors, so we're on the 3rd floor. And so the first week is we took her to the stairs, the first bit, then
Yes.
just bring her back, not to the
So you
second
made
floor.
her to actually walk 1 step
Yeah,
and then come back home.
yeah. So we started that step by step. We started working on her hand. We were seeing what the physiotherapist was doing. We were also using YouTube videos. I became the quack physiotherapist for the next 3 months. So I would work on her hand.
You would massage, I mean,
would
whatever you
massage her,
understood.
Yeah. And when I will see her, she's in much pain, I will stop, because also, there is that human part of me.
Yes.
Not hurt my grandma, but she used to hate me.
Yes.
Is this the
Because
person?
of the pain you were subjecting her to, I guess.
So after that, we will do the stairs until it reached a point where she could do the stairs all by herself.
Wow,
from
all
up.
the way from 3rd floor
Yeah.
to ground floor?
Yeah, then we'll sit on the
And
sand.
this time she's still 74 years?
Now she's now 79. 79.
No, now.
Now
But
she's,
then,
Now
then
she's,
she was,
she's now 82, turning 83.
and then she was
78 now.
78.
79, yeah.
So she could, and here's I'm excited. Here is a recovery position for her. She's able to take 1 step, 2 steps, and now she could go down 3 sets of flights, you know,
Yeah.
from third floor all the way to the ground.
Yeah.
After how long did that take you?
And that was now December, now we're getting into part of January.
So like about 6 months
Yeah.
of, you know, practice,
Yeah.
this encouragement, the moving around, that makes a difference. It does make a difference.
Yeah.
When old people are not kept in one place or are removed from their physical environment, their usual environment.
Yeah.
Thank you, James. I want to pause you right there, that we would like to revisit that story and continue, because we want to go on a break right now and just come back and learn. So please do not move. We will be right back. Welcome back. This is Afya Fix. I'm glad you have not left where you were. Before we went on a break, we were talking about James' grandma, who has now recovered. She was doing well. She had actually, she was able to go through many flights of stairs, 3 levels actually. Tell us, James, what else did you do, or what were some of the things that you did to help grandma recover? Because at that age, recovery is not something you want to say is easily achieved.
Also, during that time, she became physically active, and she went outdoors a lot, especially the 2018 part of it. She became more active. She would go out. We have also a balcony, so she could sit and she would, have that free time. Yeah.
So there was movement, there was her moving almost by herself, but of course with a bit of support here.
Yeah. By March of 2019, she would do it alone. She would not need anybody to help her. Yeah, for 2019, she would.
But then she was almost recovered.
Yeah, she was recovered. Actually, she could speak so well by around October. Yeah. So her memory was back.
And she got her words back?
Yeah, her memory was back. She quickly
Wow.
got her memory back and the words back. Yeah, that was the good thing.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. This must have been an exciting moment. I mean, for everybody to see grandma almost back to her feet.
Yeah.
Even though not fully recovered, she can speak now. She's able to take herself out to the balcony.
Yeah.
And so she stayed in the city for how long?
She stayed until June of 2018. And then
June
she
of
left.
2018.
And
So
then she left.
almost like a year and a half
Yeah.
of being away from her home.
Yeah.
What was the settling like when she went back home? Because now I'm thinking she's been away, her cows. You know, people back at home, they always have many things that are important to them.
Actually, she was craving to go back home. The reason why she was back, she was in the city, was there were checkups that she was supposed to attend to monthly. So then there was a time she was given a schedule of 2 months. So that was the last time she stayed. When she was told that you should come back for your next visit after 6 months, she said she's not going to stay in Nairobi anymore. She just wanted to leave.
And she left.
And she quickly left. Yeah, when she went home, she was happy. She was actually welcomed home. Yeah, there was food for her and there was celebration. And it was great. After that, yeah, she just went back to active life as if nothing had happened. That's how she responded.
Wow.
Yeah, she was told to stay at home, yeah, but she used to go see what is happening in the shamba, then go back home. But she was active. At least she was concerned what is happening in the shamba, how are my cows, and all that. She never left that role.
So she didn't give up on her physical and her social activities. What she used to do, she continued. She had this sense of purpose, I want to believe.
Yeah, and then she was disciplined.
She was very disciplined.
When she went back home, she would still work out. And those things she saw they were doing on the other side, yeah, she will do the same things. And yeah, she's also a person of faith, so she prays and yeah. And also prayers did do a lot for us during that time she was in hospital in that critical state.
So there's praying, there's physical activity. What
Yeah.
about her diet? Did she get rid of certain things now that she even keeps cattle?
Yeah.
What are the changes that she made on her diet, maybe before and after? Was there any change?
So after she got stroke, she did change her diet. She would not take dairy and meat. Right now she does not take meat, but I think she's taking dairy.
Yeah, so she's on dairy, but at least
Yeah, I think later she started taking dairy, but I don't think she takes it daily. Yeah, she takes it sometimes, yeah, but not always, yeah.
So she has minimized her intakes. Yeah.
But she did change her lifestyle entirely. So she cut off sugar, those other things. She only does Himalayan salt. Yeah. So she's living a life normal because she was taking the dark green vegetables. So all those things that she was advised is actually what she farms and what she has been taking. So there was no much input to her diet, but rather, yeah, she did just cut out the wrong things, if I can say, yeah.
She cut out the wrong things. You know what? Why I also think her recovery was so good, also because maybe of the kind of life that she may have led before.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking at 879, still active in the farm.
Yeah.
Then it means that she was quite active before. Was that really the case? Because it does affect how someone responds to some of these diseases.
She was active. There was a friend of hers who got stroke. After her, she passed away. She was not active. So her recovery was quicker because of her being that active. And actually, she's still active.
She's still active. Because we don't want our elderly people to slow down in their physical activity. Let them do what they can, however minimal. And that sense of purpose, that having meaning, knowing that she has to take care of her cattle, she has to go to the shamba, is very important in the recovery process. And I can see your grandma did embrace that very well.
Yeah, she embraced that so well. And she's very active. And she's that person you cannot really put in the house and then tell her to
not do anything. Yeah.
Even when she was with us, before she left, she did cook.
And so she cooks her own meals.
Yeah, she likes cooking. And you know how the old people believe cooking is the best. So everybody must taste. So everybody has to taste a meal. Yeah. But when she was with us, she did not do gali, so she did the light meals. She ever did mboga, uji, those. She ever did also rice,
And that's really nice. And then I'm just thinking about the number of people, because you are a student, you're doing your master's in epidemiology, you know. Maybe you can just help us understand a little bit, what is epidemiology in a sentence or two?
So epidemiology is the study. Actually, is a basic science of public health, and the main thing in it is try to understand the distribution of diseases, the characteristics people have who have these diseases, the risk factors for these diseases. And that data would help us to be able to know who is the next person who can get that disease, or what we can do to stop that disease from spreading.
So simply, it's the distribution of disease, who has it, where is it, and maybe some projections, some decisions.
How many people are having that disease? That's all.
So now when we relate with heart disease, how are the numbers like in this country?
And the numbers are quite interesting. If you go back to 1929, there's a study that was done by somebody within Africa, and Kenya was one of the places he did check. They could not find even one hypertensive case. Not a single hypertensive case, 1929. So he documented that there was no hypertension in Kenya in 1929. And when you move down the ages, you realize that the trend has changed. Right now, it is the number 6 when it comes to to killer disease in this country. That is coronary disease is number 5, and heart disease, ischemic heart disease is number 6. So the two are so close. It's competing with COVID-19? COVID-19 is still not close to what we are seeing with heart disease when it comes to the number of deaths, because we have around 7,200 deaths from heart disease alone per year.
So we have about 7,000 people every year in this country dying of heart disease.
Yeah.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And that's it's a very big number, and it's significant, remembering that these diseases were not even in top 10 if you go 10 years ago.
Yes.
They were not there, and right now they are there. And there was a study that was done recently, and it found out that 1 in 4 Kenyan is hypertensive. The data has been so for a long time, like for Nairobi it's bad. More women are hypertensive in Nairobi than men. And the data is around 28% being women and 25% being men. And there's usually a May month event which does awareness of hypertension. And one of the funny things they found was, and which is sad, is 57% of Kenyans have never had a BP test.
They have never just done the simple pressure levels.
Yes.
As in just that machine that we do for 2 minutes?
Yes.
57%. That's
of
about
Kenyans.
Out of every 10 people, almost 6 people have never put
they don't know their
the simple.
BP.
And it takes 2 minutes.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's
that
a
is
crisis.
serious.
Yeah, I saw the Ministry of Health, they did come up with a program to try and handle cardiovascular diseases. So the country is in a crisis.
Yes.
And I saw a paper which was saying that by 2025, if you are not careful, that we could be having a very bad crisis, especially in that area.
Because I'm just thinking 1 out of 4 have heart disease already. Currently, hypertension, and then every 6 out of 10, every 6 people do not know what their pressure readings are. They have never gotten near that simple machine. Maybe there are things we can do. I don't know what you would suggest. What is the way forward? Will we sit here and just watch that happen?
I believe if you have somebody at home mwenye ni mzee, or even you, if at least you're above 40 years, you should have a BP test in your house.
Yes.
And you should also be careful if you're having people are having various arm lengths. The radius is different. You should have different curves for them, so that you can be able to get accurate measurements. It is good to have a BP test so that you can know whether you are hypertensive or not, because once your BP is high, there are chances of you getting chronic kidney disease. And actually, kidney disease, chronic kidney disease, is actually on the rise in the country. This is just a problem that can lead to very many other problems.
Yeah, because it lays the foundation
to very many other problems. So we really need to be careful at home there. Let us have a BP test. Just go and buy one. I think, I'm not going to promote a company, but Omron is good in having quality BPs. You can get one at around 8K there. And yeah, that's what we use for grandma, actually. And it really does well. So she has a BP tests daily. Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the camps that we have. A lot of times you see health camps that are free. People are invited, come, let's measure your blood sugar, your blood pressure. Perhaps, viewer at home, that's something you want to see. The next time you see one camp near your area, you need to run there. It's okay to just know what's your pressure readings, because we cannot continue having 6 people out of 10 never knowing what their pressure is like. And we can prevent this, at least knowing early. We don't need to have to go through all this.
Actually, we have many people who develop heart disease, and that's the time they realize that actually things were so wrong.
Yes.
When it is completely too late. And again, hypertension is a disease that has no symptoms. You'll never feel bad.
It creeps.
It just
you
creeps
never
in.
get to know.
So yeah, anything can happen. Like my grandma, she never had any problem.
Yes.
Until she just had a stroke.
And no one knew that she was hypertensive.
Yeah.
So what would you like to, what is your key message to somebody at home who's watching right now and who is just thinking, I'm okay, I'm fine? What would you like to tell them?
These diseases are on the rise. One of the key things is just live a healthy life. Be fit and be active. And I can actually tell you from the experience of my grandma, I believe after she combined the nutrition intervention with exercise, we saw quick recovery within very few days. Her speech was okay. We saw she could move, she could go up and down, she could even cook. Right now she's somewhere, I believe, in the farm working.
Wow.
So a lot has happened. There's a very huge transformation, and I believe if we can be able to live a healthy lifestyle, we can be able to cut down these diseases by far. Actually, when you have a healthy heart, you have your blood pressure as well. It means the risk factors for diseases like chronic kidney disease are gone down, and that's so good.
That's a good
Yeah.
thing. So we can do something, we can change our lifestyle today, we can make some difference
Yeah.
in how we live our life. There you have it, that we cannot just continue life as usual. This is a killer disease. It's so silent, it creeps, it doesn't give you time to even think and process until you get this stroke and you get surprised. And we can do something, simple BP test. Anywhere there's a camp, run there. And this discussion cannot end. This discussion, we are not ending it here. We'd like you to ask us questions, to engage with us on our Twitter handle at @hope_Kenya. That's our Twitter handle. And you can check our Facebook and YouTube channels, Hope Channel Kenya, where you will find this information and a lot of other clips which you can watch and share with us and other people about what can be done. We will like to make this more practical. We always believe that it's very necessary for us to have some workable tips, and that's why we are going into our kitchen segment in a bit, so don't go away. We are in the kitchen now, and thank you because you're always here to learn something new. This is Afya Fix, and now we are right into one of our recipes today, which is going to help us to know what can we do when we want to lower our blood pressure and heart disease. Just something small that you can always add to your usual preparations. And I'm so glad to have Crystal with me, Crystal Mora. Crystal is a food enthusiast. She loves to prepare different kinds of foods, and at a very early age, she has enjoyed doing this. So Crystal, welcome.
Thank you.
She's going to take us through our recipe for today. So please go on.
Okay, so for today, we are going to be making cloves tea. Cloves tea. So it's a very easy recipe. We'll just need some cloves, some mint, baobab, and some sweetener, which will use molasses.
Will you tell us the amount as we go?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll start by lighting the stove.
So you're going to light your stove, okay. So is this a tea that we can take anytime, now that we're talking about heart disease?
So because, okay, it kind of makes you sleepy because it's a relaxing tea, so it's best to take it at night. If you take it in the morning, you may have to go for a nap in the middle of the day.
I'm imagining, yeah.
That's not a good idea in the morning.
Yes.
But in the evening, it's a really nice idea. So pass me the measuring jug.
Okay, here's the
So we are going to put 1 liter of water, hot water. This water is hot.
Okay. And I'm saying, if you're saying if we take it in the evening, during the day, you probably would feel a bit sleepy.
Yes.
So it's a nice evening tea.
Yeah.
Wow. It's easy to make this tea.
It is.
Really? Okay. So I'm waiting to learn that it's not a very difficult tea to make. Okay, so we have...
So that's 1 liter.
Thank you. What more do I give you? So do we...
the cloves.
The cloves?
The cloves. And a measuring spoon.
And a measuring spoon. So where can someone find cloves?
Cloves, you can find it in the spices section of major stores in the country. So a big supermarket, you'll probably find cloves. So we won't put a lot of cloves, half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon. A heaped one or a level one?
A leveled one. Okay.
Almost a leveled one.
Almost, yeah.
Okay. Okay, they're not so many. They're actually like about 10, 15.
10, yeah. the thing about cloves is you can't put a lot because if you take too much cloves, you're going to wear your enamel.
Ah, in your teeth, you mean?
Exactly, yes.
So what's going to happen?
Your teeth are going to become weak and they might start falling off. So
And they'll be very sensitive, I believe.
exactly, yeah. So it's a good idea not to take too much cloves.
Okay. Do we only use clove for making this clove tea? Is there something else we can use this for?
Well, the reason why we are using cloves is because of its benefits, but of course there are other kinds of teas that you can make.
No, I didn't mean
this
tea.
kind.
I'm asking the clove. I mean, can I use it in something else other than...
Okay.
that's
Yes,
what I'm asking.
yes.
Yeah.
You can use it in your rice. I think we can cover this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. You can use it when you're making rice.
Yes.
You put the cloves in the water, and then when the water has boiled, it will boil together with the cloves, and then you add your rice. It tastes really nice.
Yes, I would like to try that.
Yes, so cloves is a very good, it relaxes your blood vessels, thereby lowering your blood pressure. So it's really good for people with hypertension and those kind of illnesses.
I read somewhere also that it can help in stabilizing your blood sugar.
Yes, it does.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it does.
Nice.
So we'll just keep talking as we wait for the cloves to brew.
Okay. How long does it have to brew? How long do we need to wait? I noticed you started with hot water. So the water must have boiled first. And then how long do you brew?
You want to brew it for 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah.
And what about the temperature?
It should be, in fact, we need to reduce this. It should be on low, low temperature, low heat.
So you do it actually on low, so you don't quite
Not
do it
too high, yeah, because we are brewing. It's not boiling.
It's not
brewing.
boiling, it's brewing. So
Yes.
low, so you turn off your gas to...
Almost off, but not completely off. Yeah.
I can see it already. Yeah, it's actually brewing and you can see it's
Yeah.
boiling. So what other ingredients are we going to put in our tea today?
So after the cloves has brewed, we are going to add our baobab, the sweetener, and the mint. So baobab is what we would normally call in Kenya mabuyu. Mabuyu is baobab. It's a fruit. And when the fruit dries, it has powder that comes out of the fruit, and that's what we are going to be using today. Baobab is very rich in vitamin C, and it's also an antioxidant. So that is very good, especially that now we are fighting a pandemic. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think then we need to popularize this tea.
Yeah.
Because if it's going to lower our pressure, maybe our anxiety will go down because people are very anxious, especially now during the COVID season.
So baobab, and then also we are going to be using mint.
Okay.
Yes, so mint.
Mint is right here. I can see some here.
This is the mint. That's the mint that we have chopped. So we are going to use about half a cup, and we are going to pound it before we put it in.
This is half a cup, so maybe I
Yes.
need to give it to you.
Yes,
What else do you need?
I need the mortar.
You need the mortar. Okay, it's right here, and the pestle. And you said half a cup, so here is half a cup. So you'll need about half a cup.
And also something for people at home to note, when you talk about half a cup, this is what we mean. It's not the normal cup, it's a nutrition cup. That's 125 millimeters, so you need to look for that. Yeah, so we'll keep waiting for the tea to brew.
Okay. And then meanwhile, you want to,
I want to pound the mint.
Okay. And now tell me a little bit about mint. What are the benefits of mint?
Mint is very good in helping us with our digestion, so that should help in relaxing us.
Yes.
Also, mint can help to clear out our respiratory system, so that's very good also in relaxing. Help me with a spoon.
You need a spoon. Any spoon?
Any spoon.
All right, right here. Okay, so you're saying it's good in digestion. So if our stomachs are a bit uncomfortable, they are actually in this third wave of the pandemic, people are having stomach issues. So maybe the mint tea is a good tea.
It is.
Yeah, okay. So you had already measured about half a cup, and that's what you're going to pound. Can I plant this mint in my backyard, or do I need to go to the market? Where do I get mint, Crystal?
Definitely you can plant mint.
Is it difficult to grow?
It's not. It's very easy to grow, but perhaps the only problem you'll have is space because it's a creeper. It spreads. So
I
if
can
you
imagine
don't
now
have,
in the whole of my backyard we have it. Okay.
So if you don't have a lot of space, you can as well buy it. In big markets, major markets, you'll find it.
But maybe if it's creeping, I can always try and contain it. You know?
Definitely you can.
If I have
In
like a
little
container.
space, yeah.
Okay, okay. Mint smells really good.
It does.
It's nice. Okay, so we are going to pound the mint. Anything else that you'd like us to know about mint?
Mostly,
Can I use dry mint? I'm just thinking.
definitely you can use dry mint, but you see because it's dry,
Yes.
it's more concentrated. So you won't use half a cup of dry mint. You'll use maybe a tablespoon of dry mint.
Ah, so you need less. Then that makes
Yes,
it easy.
That makes it easier.
I really don't need to grow if I'm not able to. I can just go to any major supermarket and not, you know, and get what I need, you know.
Yes, you can.
And I'm thinking of somebody who's on a journey or on a safari and they just want to make this tea. Is there a shortcut to it?
Well, it doesn't really take long. If you have the boiled water, like if you have a kettle like we do, and you boil the water, then put the cloves, pound the mint, you can go do something else, then come back, put the mint in the pot. So it won't really take long. Yeah.
Okay. And are you able to get the clove powder? Because we have clove in the market.
Yes, you can. In fact, that will make it much easier for you.
So I don't need to brew. Can I just pour in,
Yeah,
mix
you can
and
just
drink?
pour in, mix, drink, and go.
Oh, that
Yeah.
even makes it even
That's
easier.
even better, yeah.
I see people carry a lot of water bottles, and inside there they put different kinds of things. Do you think this tea could fit that category?
It can. It will. In fact, it will be a very nice thing as long as you're not drinking it throughout the day because you don't want to sleep. So.
Oh yeah. So if you're struggling with sleep, you know what to do. Okay. Great. So yes, so we will have that pounded in there, and then it looks like it's almost getting ready.
Yeah, this is ready.
Ooh,
As you can
it smells so nice.
It does.
Wow. And it hasn't changed color much, but it has some golden sort of color.
Cloves are very strong, so even when the color doesn't change, you'll probably taste it already in the tea.
Ah, okay.
So help me with a spoon.
You want a spoon? Okay.
So I'm going to add the cloves to the mint to the tea. Before you add the mint, you want to make sure you've lowered the heat. So, thank you.
Yes. So you lower the heat.
You lower the heat and then you add the mint.
So that one will be really like under really no boiling going on
No
right
boiling,
now.
exactly.
Wow.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Pounding mint is a very easy way of speeding up the process because that way you're increasing the surface area. So
By pounding it.
By pounding, exactly.
So sometimes you can put it whole.
You can put it whole, but you'll have to wait for more time.
if you don't want to work so hard.
Exactly. So
Okay.
we'll wait for like 2 to 3 minutes and then add the rest of the ingredients. And that's it.
And that's it. So maybe before we finish, I'd like to know how much this is and maybe the benefits of the baobab.
So as I said earlier, baobab is very rich in vitamin C. It's also an antioxidant. So we really need that, especially now that we're in the middle of a pandemic. So we need to boost our immunity. So we use vitamin C. This is baobab. If you don't have baobab, you can also use lemon. Yeah.
How much lemon would I put in the kind of tea we've
I'm
made?
putting 2 tablespoons of lemon. So you'll need
Lemon juice or lemon?
Sorry. I'm putting 2 tablespoons of baobab. So you'll need maybe 1 big lemon that's very juicy and you'll put all of it.
Ah, okay.
Exactly.
So you can squeeze that one in. And then the other, that's all we're adding.
And the molasses.
And molasses. This is how you're going to sweeten our tea today.
Exactly.
So what are the benefits of the molasses and why would you like to have it?
So first of all, molasses helps in, it has minerals such as sodium, potassium and magnesium, and that's very helpful for people who are struggling with heart conditions, hypertension and the like.
So it provides a balance
A
of
mineral
the
balance. Exactly, yes.
And that's why you'd like to add it. And these ones you add at the end. Where do people get molasses from?
Molasses, as the same as the cloves, you can find it in major supermarkets, so it's very useful. But molasses is made from sugarcane, so I'm sure in a sugarcane growing area you'll probably find molasses.
Like our sugarcane belt.
Exactly.
In this country.
Exactly.
In the western part of the country, you will always find lots and lots of sugarcane.
Yes, so where there's a factory, you'll probably find a lot of molasses. Yes.
Okay.
So I think
Okay, so maybe I just keep it here.
ready. Help me with a measuring spoon.
You give you a measuring spoon. So how much baobab? You said 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
Okay. Hip to level.
Level.
Okay. So there goes one. And 2. Wow. Okay. So we need to wash that off. Okay.
Okay, then we'll just stir it. Then after that, we'll add the molasses, and that's it.
Easy like that. Is there a good reason why you're adding the baobab last, and the molasses you're not exposing them to a lot of heat?
Well, for the baobab,
The mint smells. Ooh.
Exactly. So for the baobab, we don't want to really boil it because it has vitamin C, and vitamin C is soluble in water.
That's true.
So if we leave it to boil for too long, the vitamin C will go with the steam. Exactly.
So we don't want to
we
lose
don't want
it.
it to really boil for too long. Yeah.
And also maybe to expose it to too much heat.
The molasses and a measuring spoon.
Okay, so you need the molasses and let me get you a measuring spoon. So you need a tablespoon or a teaspoon?
Give me a tablespoon.
Okay. So here is 1. So this should serve the purpose.
Thank you.
Okay.
So for this molasses, we can put 3 tablespoons.
And it's very thick.
It is. It is.
You know, many people know molasses for what we give our animals. You know, it's used as part of the feed.
Yeah.
So this would be very interesting to actually introduce it to a meal.
It is. It is.
Are there other things I can use to sweeten other than molasses?
You can use jaggery. You can also use honey if you have it. You can also use, thank you. You can also use dates if you have it.
How will I prepare the dates if I'm using them?
So the thing about dates is you'll have to pit them. Pitting is removing the seed from the dates. So you kind of cut it in half and pull out the seed. Then after that, you'll soak them in hot water and for maybe 5 minutes, and then blend them so that will kind of make some kind of sweet solution.
So we've used natural sugar here, we've used jaggery, okay, close to natural, you know. I mean, everything really comes from nature, but I'm saying these are not processed stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's closer to whole foods, and that's really what we are advocating for. We need to take more whole foods, more things that are closer to the source. Yeah.
Okay.
So our tea is ready. Now we just want to sieve it, and we'll be ready to serve it.
Okay.
So pass me a sieve.
Okay, let me give you a sieve. You have a sieve right here.
And something to hold the pot.
Wow.
It smells so good.
It smells so good already. I really like it. It's really nice. Just pour. Okay. I'm saying it's really pouring.
Yeah, it is.
But it's almost there.
Almost there. We'll just wipe the rest.
Yeah, we will wipe it off. So let me hold it like this. And yeah, there it is. Ooh, so much already.
Okay.
Can I reuse this?
You can, but it really won't have the same taste.
Oh, okay.
You can.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Let me clean this up.
Nice. Uh-huh.
So I'll just wipe this to make it look neat.
And does it stain? You know, some of these teas can really, really stain your products. Like at home, if maybe you're using it, because I'm seeing the colors already. Should somebody need to worry?
Staining, I've not really seen staining with cloves, but the one that I know really stains is turmeric.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
But
So it's
cloves,
nothing to
not
worry
that
a lot
much.
about this particular one. Okay. 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 Yeah, nice. So we can wipe that off. So it means then we just need to be careful maybe how we are pouring in, because if it doesn't stain, then nothing to worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to put more paper?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let me cover it so it doesn't get cold. Okay. Let me help you with that.
Almost.
Okay. Thank you. Let me put this into our cup and then we'll wash it off later. Good. So we are almost ready to serve our tea. Can't wait to have this. Thank you.
So I can serve some for you.
Ooh, that looks so nice.
It does.
And it has a very nice, you know, it looks like the black tea that many people would take.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a good alternative. Probably in terms of the color. So
It smells really nice. I can smell the mint actually. Very nice. Wow. Nice.
I like it.
I like it too. It's really nice. You need this. Can you see my cup? It's really nice. The mint is, the aroma is actually in this whole room, you know, the whole kitchen. It smells really good. And the good news that Crystal shared with us today, that it's useful for lowering our pressure, boosting our immunity, you know, making us feel good and relaxing those vessels. That's why you need this tea. Do you want to know how to make it? Did you miss out on some points? Go to our website, www.lishaleo.com, and go to Lisha Daily. You'll find the recipe there. And maybe you want to ask some questions, or you want to come and be here and possibly be like Crystal. So you can talk to us at Twitter, our Twitter handle, at hope_Kenya. Also, we would like you to view this and more and ask your questions on our channels, Facebook and YouTube channel. It's Hope Channel Kenya. We like to hear from you. Our number is displayed on the screen there for you to contact us and ask whatever else you may want to ask. Clove tea, anytime, towards the evening especially. You know, you said we should not take it in the morning.
Yeah.
Or not unless we want to sleep. Until next time, it's goodbye from us. Bye-bye.